lot. 3 songs in one. So how do the 3 songs come together?
Part 1, which is like, for a while, was just Argentina to us, was sort of the first song that we had. We played it all the way through. We're like, wow, that's great. We definitely want that on the record. It was sort of midway through writing all these bazillion songs for Force Field. That was a real victory. I'm like, oh, we have that. And the next day, I came in, I was like, hey, I kind of have this like weird little middle bit, and it changes keys to See It Clear. Hey, it's the same tempo as See It Clear. And we put them all together in kind of like, we jammed it and then we recorded it. We like recorded a demo of it right away. And it just felt good. It wasn't something that we set out to do, but it just felt,
it happened really quickly. Like there was no conversation about it. It was never part of a master plan. Someone just said, we should do this. We were like, that's awesome. Let's do that. And fortunately it worked.
Does it happen the other way around too, where parts of songs will end up in other songs?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Give me, cool. Give me some examples on this record.
Miserable, yeah.
Yeah, Miserable. Oh yeah, Miserable.
Miserable just came from a whole bunch of different songs.
Yeah.
No,
cool.
First Miserable was its own song, but then Miserable got the chorus of Miserable was a pre-chorus in another song, and every time the chorus would come in after, you'd be like, yeah, I kind of already had it with the part where you said Miserable. Like that's cooler. So then that became its own song, but then we lifted the bridge out of another thing. Miserable was one of those. Yeah.
Someone was saying that this record is the most direct record you've made. And I hear it, but I also hear a lot of sonic variances at the same time.
Well, definitely like lyrically, I feel like it's more direct in that every song has a pretty clear like message it's trying to get across or like thing it's talking about. Whereas on Champ, the lyrics are more of a hodgepodge of like zingers and catchy lines and stuff. So yeah.
Musically, I think that the key to this one, what we really got onto that worked really well for us was the songs do have it's more layered than any of our records. There's more little bits, pieces here and there than anything else we've done. But every song we knew exactly what the song was about, what the song was supposed to be doing. So then, even when you were adding a tiny little keyboard shine here or a tricky little extra percussion thing here, it was always in service. You knew what it was in service of. As opposed to, I think, in the past, when sometimes you didn't have as clear an idea of what the song was about. So you'd add these different parts, but they wouldn't all necessarily be serving the exact same end. And that, at the end of the day, only muddies the waters. Whereas this time, I feel like we were hitting everything was supporting the song. And so you can have 100 keyboard parts if they are all part of the plan. Not that we actually have 100 keyboard parts yet.
Yeah, still working on some remixes and stuff. One of you remix some hip hop song? Didn't I see it on Twitter?
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, some guys from New York sent me some vocals I had. So yeah, it's fun. It's cool to take just somebody's vocals and write a new song around it. It's a cool like top-down kind of way of creating music.
Beaches goes back to like 3 years. So what took the longest to create on this record?
Tunnel Vision, it seemed like there was always one part we were going to change in Tunnel Vision. Man, honestly, all of it. It all took, everything we got so dialed in on everything that it was like, you're looking at it this close and all of a sudden you have 10 things that you want to change. So I feel like that's what gives it, I feel like more than like how clean or like how big the drums sound, like I feel like it's the deliberacy of every part. Like everything is there for a reason, and it is because we checked it in every other spot. We tried that tambourine in the other spots, wasn't as good. That's exactly where it goes.
Yeah. It's almost like a puzzle in that way. Like you have all these pieces and like it only goes together one way.
Except I feel like Champ was like a 3D puzzle of like the Joshua tree, and you were like, what is this thing? Whereas this one was like a flat puzzle of Parliament Hill. You're just
it's a donkey.
Yeah.
Good.
So, okay. Well, puzzle. I guess I'll do the word search.
Our next album.
Okay.
No.
Well, I was going to do the word search thing because you were talking about puzzles. Who's the word search king in the band?
Josh, you're kind of good at crosswords.
Crosswords are okay. That word search, though, I mean, somebody else thought it up, and I remember seeing it and just couldn't find anything. Like,
and you know what the titles are.
That's awesome.
Did they change the track list?
Yeah.
I did find Poop.
Everybody found Poop. That was the hit.
Oh, yeah?
Everyone on Twitter was like, they have a song called Poop now?
Oh, now you have to. It's a bonus.
I'll just wait for the anthology.
Yeah. You're talking about lyrics before. Toy guns. Is it a gun control statement, or is it just happened to be a thing?
No, it's not. And it was just, I was using it as a metaphor and, just trying to relate through that metaphor. And at one point I almost wanted to bail on the shotgun thing, but...
Because it'd be too controversial, or just...
Yeah, I didn't want to... That's not what I was trying to say, but I just feel it's like, without spilling it out, but...
No, spill it out.
Oh, just...
Unless you don't want to.
No, it's just like it's like, you know, everyone's got problems. Everyone's got like some issue, and you think your world, all your problems are so important to you, and like they're what drive you through life and through your decisions. And then you look around and you're like, oh, everyone has the exact same stuff, and that's kind of cool that way. It's like you're not so crazy. Like everyone's dealing with stuff too. So, yeah, every other kid on the block is a jock, and I'm just one. But yeah, so that's what it was.
Now that this record's going to be out, you guys have been playing some shows, obviously. That's how the world of being in a band works. How does a set list change now that you have all these tunes? Because I'd love to hear this record front to back live. Probably not going to happen, but how do you think you're going to mix them in?
We started doing that in January. We did a short run of Ontario colleges in there, and it's hard because no one's heard the record yet, or hadn't heard the record yet when we were doing it. So it felt like every time we had to do a new song, we're like, all right, maybe we'll put two of them together, but we don't want to lose them, so we got to give them something from like Champ or the EPs in there. But people have been really responsive to it just right out of the gates, which has been nice. Like it feels, I don't want to use the word direct again, but it feels like people get it on first listen. And so people are excited to hear that song just as much as one of the songs from one of our older albums in there. So you wouldn't hear it front to back, but I mean, hopefully they all just kind of complement each other in the set list.
Are there songs that, it's funny how when a band puts out a record, some songs never end up in the set list just because it's harder to pull off live or whatever reason, maybe they fall out of love with it or whatever.
Yeah.
Would you like to try everything?
Yeah, this one, we can pretty much do everything. Through the Wire's a little crazy. That one's like a lot of stuff going on or something, or just I don't know, it's got a certain thing, but we're working on that one too. But yeah, they all feel good.
I like the
all fun to
reverby
play.
vocal at the beginning. It's cool.
You like, the party in the background, acoustic thing, yeah.
I thought it was going to be a Kanye cover when I saw the title. I was like, oh, another cover. No.
Yeah.
Chipmunk voice.
Tunnel Vision is like a Justin Timberlake song. We had the songs first. It was a coincidence.
We do something called 5 questions. 5 quick questions, 1 word answers. Everyone can do it.
Sure.
Road or studio?
Studio.
Yeah, studio.
Just nod.
No, the first thing that popped in the head was Road.
Okay.
Road.
Lennon or McCartney?
McCartney.
Lennon.
McCartney.
Yeah. When you hear a song, what usually hits you first? Lyrics, melody, or rhythm?
Rhythm.
Yeah, the rhythm. Melody.
Melody.
If someone's never heard Tokyo Police Club before, what song do they start with?
Argentina.
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 Yeah, unanimous, Argentina.
Because it's cheating. It's 3 songs.
That's fair. In 1 word, Tokyo Police Club.
Typical.
Who?
McCartney.
That's a first. That's clever. Yeah, it's still your turn.
Us. Yeah, this.
Us?
Are these standard questions you're giving us? These aren't
just
specifically
like-
catered for us?
No, everyone's
The
been getting them
form
for
interview.
10
A
years.
generic interview.
What did other people say? to
No,
Tokyo
no,
Police
they're just the
Club?
5 questions.
yeah.